do y'all plan to how to word this? Have like a some kind of leaderboard?
Yeah. Yeah. Competitive. I was told actually yesterday that the number one priority right now is putting in competitive systems. That's like leaderboards. What's the term I'm looking for? Tournaments, and like, that kind of thing. Built into the game. I don't know what the number 2 priority was, but that was the number 1 priority.
And do you know if it's gonna be like how it is? Because with the captain, it'd be hard to beat it on the leaderboard unless you take account like how many ships the crew members have taken down.
The leaderboard is going to be based entirely on this sort of idea of well, there's going to be 2 actually. So the leaderboard, the one you're talking about, is entirely based on basically a scheduled series.
Come on, why don't you even out the teams a bit?
Matches where you have,
basically
a pre-constructed team that has to go up against other pre-constructed teams. That's the way it'll roll.
Yeah.
So it'll be like that. The other leaderboard is one of the things that's in the works. I mentioned earlier is sort of like a PvE mode of skirmish, where it's everybody on the same team, and that'll be for high score, right? So everybody involved in the conflict will be on the leaderboard, indiscriminate of how well they did. This game is not about individuality.
Oh yeah. So going back to like you said, there was gonna be like a PvE type skirmish. Is that gonna be like a infiltrate the base type thing, or?
It's all on paper. It's so serious, Don't take anything I say as what it will actually be, but the map will probably be like the final level of the original Guns of Icarus, in which you, I guess, I don't know, spoiler alert, but in the original Guns of Icarus, you are completing all these missions until your captain, you're playing a character named Gabriel, gets to the last mission, and you're defending this town against this giant pirate race, and you play until you die, because that's what happens in the game. You read the backstory. The Icarus goes down to defend this town as its final act of glory. So it'll be like that, right? Where everybody is flying in order to survive for as long as possible.
Oh, so it'd be like a horde mode, I guess you could call it. Survival mode.
Survival mode, right. Once you're out, probably. This is probably.
Yeah. I understand it's all on paper right now. You just wanted to get some kind of perspective of what y'all thinking about how doing completing that.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the ideas. There's some other ideas too on the table. That's my favorite though, so that's the one I'm pushing for.
Alright, so
we'll see though. So that will also have its own high school. Becoming famous and whatnot.
Getting your ship's name out and all that.
But I really look forward to whether or not we can do having like 8 ships on a team, right? 8 ships. Just imagine 8 ships all flying together against this horde of AI planes.
That's another thing. Do y'all plan on having like a bigger map than Suede Hills, or is 4-on-4 about what y'all can do right now?
4-on-4 is about what we can do right now. It's 32 players. It isn't fantastic, but it's we're working on bringing the tech up. But as you've seen already, we're having some server and lag issues in this beta test. Obviously, we're going to fix those and make sure that our 4v4 experience is fantastic. And once we do that, then we're going to see about expanding things to larger maps and larger modes. But at the moment, King of Flayed Hills is likely to be the largest in the sea for quite a while. And that map is pretty freaking huge, really. I mean, it takes a long time to go from one point to the other. So even if there were more ships, I guess, I'm not really certain that the map is increasing in size.
So, size-wise, Flayed Hills is about as big as y'all like to go then?
As far as I'm aware, yeah. For the moment. How long? In a squid, which is the fastest ship, it probably would take you 4 or 5 minutes to make one side of the map to the other.
And I noticed that if Flayed Hills is a resource race, would y'all plan on having a big deathmatch map like that?
I mean, nothing is out of the question. It would be weird to have a deathmatch map on a map of that size because sort of the point of deathmatch is that they're forced conflict.
Well, I'm not talking about on the size of the map. I'm talking about the number of players.
Oh, the number of ships. Yeah. Actually, you can already you can do that if people join in. Or I think I'm pretty sure it used to be that way anyway. Yes. So the answer is yes. All the maps actually you'll be able to have 4v4s. If it's not working right now, it's just as testing instance.
So like if you do a 4-on-4 on Dunes, then
yeah, you could if you wanted like just mass chaos.
Sounds like fun.
Who doesn't
yeah, well,
want
that's exactly. Yeah, we want it. Yeah, definitely. We had that show actually, where we had 4v4 matches on Dunes and whatnot. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, definitely. The starting locations will be a little different too. Dunes has a weird setup right now where you're spawning right in line of sight facing the enemy ships, so it's gotta change.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because it's just this big, vast open area with really not a whole lot around.
Right. So probably the future spawn point will be either with some cloud cover between you, or with a big pillar in the center between you. But to stop people from dual howitzer right from the start. Yeah. It's a serious problem on that map.
I have a question. What we've been having some problems with on Dunes, and it's only on Dunes that it happens on, that I've noticed. When we start a match, sometimes when we just barely get into our ship, we already have damage on our ship, from being shot at.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Actually,
no. But I'm saying like I was gonna say like, what if you were to like add like an invincible time before the match starts, so everyone can get in and no damage happens to the ships?
Yeah, that's probable, possible. It's unclear how that's going to go. The loading screens, as you've seen, are temporary right now, so I'm not actually certain what the plan is in terms of match start. Like, it's just gonna be a timer. I mean, that's the easiest way to do it. Is give it a 5-second countdown, right?
Yeah.
That should be enough time for it to get loaded in. Or the other thing that's missing is when you fall off the ship, there's no animation right now. You just respawn instantly. Coming up in the near future, there'll be an animation where your character like grabs hold of something and climbs back up. Which will be a delay that you're not doing other things. So that's coming too. We had that in the original game.
Apparently, none of the AI have one either.
Fall off your ship. That's the lesson.
We have a person on our ship that does that all the time. He just jumps off the side, just for fun.
Fun of it.
Well, right now it's actually the fastest way to get to the center of the ship.
Yeah, I do that for travel.
Soon it won't be worth it, but at the moment it is.
Yeah,
The fast trap.
I know this goes back to how you don't want veteran players to be overly powered against newcomers, but do y'all plan on, or have y'all thought about having like a system where like the more achievements you unlock or the more levels or whatever you want, like you get more equipment?
Well, that's exactly what the that's exactly what the achievements are going to be doing.
Now, like, but not unlocking
equipment. They also unlock costumes. Go ahead.
Like not unlocking certain equipment, but like more equipment slots.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think that because some of the things that like we talked about earlier may become passive. Some of them already are. No, I guess they're not really passive, but anyway, because of that, it probably would give an advantage. So probably not more equipment that you can bring.
But like as a captain, none of the stuff is passive, and like I actually have to hold the object to use it.
Yeah, I mean you're right. If we decide that we're never gonna have any task buttons, but it's we'll see. The answer is a definite maybe.
Okay.
Could you get in the missile launcher?
You know, that's not set in stone. Achievements aren't. I mean, not done. So
Yeah.
we're gonna play around with it a bit.
It's on the top right.
And as far as the visual aspects of the character, are you gonna have more in-depth customization, or is it just gonna be like just almost the generic presets and all that?
Almost the entirety of character customization is going to be by a costume.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some things that are being worked on as far as like just now facial details, for instance, cleaning up the way it looks. You know, maybe some different face patterns, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, almost all of your customization is going to be done through various uses of costumes you can unlock through either achievements, real purchase, or whatever. You know. There's a bunch of different ways to get them.
Okay.
There are, at the moment, 33 complete costumes that includes, you know, headgear, torso, legs, some sort of tail also. I forget. But so lots of combinations of costumes. They all look different. Oh, there's different hair too. Lots of different hairstyles. So yeah, there are some new customizations for the character and a lot of new costumes.
Okay. Just so the player feels a little more unique about their character.
Absolutely. You want eye patches and goggles? Well, by the way. Eye patches and goggles.
I want 2 peg legs.
Yeah.
Big legs,
Definitely need the peg leg. I don't know that we have one, but we should have one.
Nice.
I'm definitely bringing that up. We really need it because you know you just have to replace the leg, right, with the peg.
You should have like a feature where it gets stuck in the metal grates.
Your leg.
What if you're a captain and the helm spread over a metal grate? That's gonna suck.
Just never leave the helm.
It'll just take you twice as long to get there.
Have a button message sequence where you pull the take a leg out.
We have played actually the idea of mini games as part of the repair system. Testing didn't work as well as it sounds on in my head. Because things are going on so fast that we'd have to slow the entire game down. That wasn't really the
like a whole sequence to repair something.
yeah, like some sort of mini game that you can play.
Mm-hmm.
But that got cut.
Yeah, I don't see how that would fit too well in with the fast and hectic gameplay.
It didn't. That's the reality.
I mean, even like a 2-on-2, when you get 2 ships on you, it's still pretty hectic. I couldn't imagine a 4-on-4 and having 3 or 4 ships on you.
Yeah, what ended up happening is you felt like you were playing a different game. Like, your friends were playing this game, and you were playing something else. But, God bless Puzzle Pirates, they seem to have figured that out. I was a fan. There are certainly some games that Guns has drawn inspiration from. Puzzle Pirates really wasn't one of them. Except for that brief shining moment.
Now, what made y'all decide on steampunk? Was it just the whole air balloon aspect, or was it something else?
Well, I think so. You could do this sort of giant ship in a number of different settings, but they're somewhat limited, right? Space, that was an option. Naval ship, that's another option. But naval ships, of course, lack the y-axis.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a half submarine. Which we could do, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
some sort of giant submarine ship. So anyway, and of course air, like airships. And the fact of the matter is, he really likes steampunk. It just comes down to that. That's their favorite, fantasy, sci-fi, esque setting. Everybody's a fan of post-apocalyptic games. So those two things just mesh together really well. It's very easy to create a dystopic sort of steampunk. And it's much harder to make a dystopic space game.